I never imagined that my wedding day, the day that was supposed to be the happiest of my life, would turn into a nightmare orchestrated by my in-laws. I had always known they were controlling, but I never expected them to go as far as kicking me out of my own wedding. And all because I refused to sign over my house to them. But I didn't just sit back and accept defeat. No, I made sure they regretted it. Let me start from the beginning. My fiancée, Emily, and I had been together for 4 years. We were deeply in love, but there was always one dark cloud hovering over our relationship. Her parents. They had always been demanding, expecting things from me simply because I came from money. Unlike them, I had worked hard, built my own business, and bought a beautiful house where Emily and I planned to start our life together. From the moment we got engaged, my future in-laws began hinting that I should put the house in Emily's name, to make things fair. I brushed it off as a joke at first, but they kept pushing. It wasn't long before they outright demanded that I sign over half the house to Emily, or better yet, put the whole thing in her parents' names to ensure their daughter would always have a home. I refused, of course. I love Emily, but this house was my investment, my hard work. I wasn't about to let her parents, who had never contributed a penny, dictate what I did with it. That's when the wedding planning took a nasty turn. The day of the wedding arrived, and I was beyond excited. Everything seemed to be going perfectly, until I arrived at the venue and was stopped at the entrance by security. Confused, I tried to push past, but they told me I wasn't allowed inside. Apparently, my in-laws had paid for the venue and had the final say on who could and couldn't enter. And guess what? Since I hadn't signed over the house, I was persona non grata. I demanded to see Emily, but she was nowhere to be found. Her parents claimed she agreed with them and that she'd be proceeding with the wedding without me. That's right. They planned to marry her off to someone else last minute. Someone more agreeable. My heart sank, and anger took its place. I walked away, but I wasn't going to let them get away with this. First, I immediately contacted the vendors. Most of the wedding expenses had been in my name, and as soon as I called to cancel, the entire event unraveled. No food, no flowers, no entertainment. Next, I called up my lawyer and explained the situation. We made sure that not a cent of my money was being used to fund this betrayal. Then I turned to social media. I made a simple post explaining what had happened, without getting overly emotional. Imagine getting kicked out of your own wedding because your in-laws wanted to steal your house. Within hours, it went viral. People were outraged. Friends, family, and even strangers flooded the wedding venue, demanding justice. It was chaos. Emily finally reached out to me later that night, sobbing. She claimed she had no idea her parents would do this. Whether that was true or not, I didn't care anymore. If she had truly loved me, she would have fought for me instead of letting them dictate her life. I called off the engagement, cut off all contact with her family, and focused on myself. And as for the house, I sold it at a profit and moved somewhere even better, far away from the people who tried to ruin my life. Months later, I heard that Emily's parents had gone bankrupt. Apparently, they had counted on my house as their financial backup plan. Without it, they had nothing. Karma's a funny thing, isn't it?